WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American here in Germany, often reviewing rare and exotic whiskeys. Today I have from Signatory Vintage, small batch edition number 7, Bunnahabhain, 2012 distilled, 2024 bottled. It is an 11-year-old product. We have 48.2%, and it has here Oloroso Sherry Casks. Is it a finish or is it a full maturation? I'm going to say it's a finish. I might be wrong. That's just my palate talking. Whiskybase 250622. The recommended retail price in Germany is 69 euros and 90 cents. I can find it at the Whiskey People in England for 59 pounds. And over here in Germany, some of the shops now actually have it for 63 euros 90. My question today is the following. Why would I pay almost 70 euros for an 11-year-old product when I can get a 12-year-old product from Bunna for 20 euros less? So I can get this still on sale at Amazon today for 37 euros. Average price 45 euros. So even if I take the cheaper price, I'm still 20 euros cheaper. But Jason, this is Oloroso and bourbon. This is bourbon. This is Oloroso. Well, are you sure? Second of all, Jason, this is 48.2%. This is just 46.3%. So I get an extra 1.9% alcohol for my 20 euros. Now, I think Bunna's doing everything right at the moment. We have a Bunna cask strength once a year, the release. Since then, I've always asked exactly the same question. Why would I buy a independently bottled Bunna in cask strength when I can get the 22 version, 2022, the 2023, and sometimes if I look really hard, I still might even find the 2021 someplace. And soon, we're going to have a 2024 release. This is fantastic stuff, people, at a great price. Why do I pay more for an independently bottled product that tastes worse? Which shines the light on Bunna. It doesn't take away the glory of Signatory Vintage. They're doing great. I will be reviewing next their, what is this here? The small batch number 10, which is an Abelauer, which we don't get often independently bottled. Here I have the small batch edition number 9, which is an Abelauer. That was an Aberfeldi. There's a Koile as well. So what they did in Germany is they actually released at the same time 4 different bottles. The small batch edition 7, 9, 10, and 12. Now, we Germans like to have things complete. So the first question that was asked is, where is 8 and where is 11? No one asks about anything else about these bottles, but the first question is, where are the 2 bottles, the small batches that are missing? One went to Austria. One was an Austria exclusive, and the other one was someplace else. Who cares? Well, some people do. Now, am I willing to pay 80 euros for an independently bottled 48.2%, 11-year-old Bunna? Am I willing to do it again? I'm not sure. Let's smell the 2 of these. The first one, the normal 12. This is Bunna 12 as we love it. This is so good. This is a B- whiskey all by itself. All right? This has more of a brown sugar moment with a little bit of old leather and a tiny, tiny little bit of tobacco, but a lot of Oloroso sherry. This doesn't smell like a finished product, but I can taste finished products better than I can smell them. But the sherry influence is strong with this one. Now, that's also something at the moment I'm dealing with. I would rather have a product where I can recognize the spirit, the distillate, and not just have it totally covered up in PX goodness or Oloroso sherry thickness or even something else, port, red wine. The cask should support the whiskey and not dominate it. Personal opinion. Now, sometimes I do like, especially in the winter and the fall months of the year, heavy sherry, red wine, port, cask-driven product. But towards the summer months of the year, I recognize I go more towards the spirit-driven product, more of a bourbon type of cask maturation. All right, let's try the 48.2% of the Bunna here. So, what did this movement mean? This is how well the taste. If it goes up, it's great. If it goes down, it's bad. This basically stayed the same, but there's something called depth. And it's not depth of flavor, it's the depth of heat. How much alcohol do I actually get here? And I get a lot of alcohol. It burns, it's peppery. It's alcohol. It's as if Ralphie would say the pot stills were run too quickly, too hot. And there's a lot of heat in here. And that's why my first opinion was, or still is, that they actually used I'm going to use the word quiet hogsheads, bourbon casks, and then finished it in dark, wet, fresh Oloroso casks. Now, they could have put it into a normal Oloroso cask, but 500 liters, put it there, left it there for 10 some years. Also, they could have been quiet. They could have been used 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times, who knows? And then they just finished once again in Oloroso sherry. Could have also been, but there's so much heat here. This is a C- D+ whiskey without water. But it transforms if you add about a third of water to it. Now, I'm probably below the 40%. Let's just say I'm at 40%, all right? So let's say a fourth of the water add extra to this. And when you add that water, bring it down to almost exactly, if you can, 40%, and try it again, then you get a creaminess, butteriness, creamy and buttery, brown sugar leather, a little bit younger leather now, a little bit of tobacco leaves, and it's still astringent. There's tannins. With the water, I get the Bunna distillery character. But if I'm buying a product at 48.2%, I don't want to put water in it. If it was 58, if it was 68, I'm going to put water in it, but not at 48. But here, I think I need to. This is actually fairly good. This is a C+, B-, C++. It's a C++ whiskey with water. But without water, it's a C-. It's a D+, actually. And this is a tricky whiskey here. Now, it just might be me. I might just be a wuss. All right? I might just be oversensitive to alcohol today. It just might be my problem. But the thing is, this was my calibration whiskey. I tried this with its 56.3%, drank it and went, that's good. There was no real heat. A tiny bit of alcohol was there, but the 12-year-old and the Bunna moment was fantastic. And therefore, my question of the day is, why in all the world would I spend 20 euros more to get an inferior product when I got something like this from the distillery as a core range? That's really, really the question of the day. With the water, this is sweeter. This isn't. This has a little bit of that sourness of the Bunna. It has a lot of the tobacco, a lot of the tobacco leaf, dried tobacco leaves, the leather, the Bunna characteristic here. A little bit of sea salt actually in there. A little bit of fudge. A little bit of an earthiness. A little bit like a Dunnage Warehouse moment. And this is just a fantastic, fantastic, fantastic single malt. Under 40 euros on sale, normally 45. You can go up to 50. This is amazing. Bunna, you're doing everything right. You're putting the independently bottled Bunnahabhains out there to shame. Well done. The spotlight is on you. Is this a bad whiskey? No. Can it hold its water compared to the Bunna 12? No. And that is really the thing. The value for money for almost 70 euros, no. I'm going to give it a D as well for value for money, especially when I can get this for 20 to 30 euros less. I just don't know. Oh, by the way, the prices, Amazon 37 and the most expensive normal shop I can find at the moment is 59. That's 22 euros difference between the cheapest and the most expensive. That's a big range at the moment that Buna has here. And I'm sure it has a little bit to do with stocks. So the 37 euros at Amazon, they still have some pallets probably laying around. Let's get rid of this. When we reorder, we're going to have to pay more. And some of the other shops have already bought newer stock, had to raise the prices and adapt to that, and things will follow. But this is at the moment still between, oh, look, there's some old bottles still in the shop, buy them at the old price, and the newer bottles that have come into the shop at the new price, let's wait and see. So I like Buna. What is your favorite Buna product? It's got to be the 2022 cask strength, 12-year-old limited edition Buna. The 2023 was good. The 2022 was heavenly, divine, fantastic, absolute my stuff here that I love. What do you like, fun Buna? Thank you very much for watching, liking, subscribing, telling others, and I'll see you real soon. Whiskey Jason here. Bye-bye.